Order! Order. Tamun, the Tamil Model United Nations. It's John Bercow here, former Speaker of the UK House of Commons. I am recording this cameo by way of a pep talk to and for you. My distinct recollection, and I think I've had this confirmed, is that you organised your first event for Tamils living in London in the House of Commons in 2014, at which time I was the Speaker of the House. I remember that. It is to your credit, and I'm delighted and encouraged that you have continued and intensified your efforts since that time. Now, I'm afraid, is not the occasion for me to address global issues because there simply isn't time. But there are a couple of things I'd like to say in light of being told that you're organising a UN simulation in Paris this year. First, human rights are just that. They are human rights. They're inalienable rights. They are unarguable rights. They are non-trespassable rights. They're rights which attach to the quality, the fact of a person being human. It's a statement of the obvious, but it's a very important point to recognise. People have certain rights by virtue of their human status. That's my view. I suspect it's your view, and it is certainly the view of the United Nations and indeed of the European Convention. Sadly, we know in this strife-torn, turbulent and conflict-ridden world, human rights are honoured. I won't quite say more in the breach than in the observance, but they are not honoured on anything like the scale that we would want. They are regularly breached, they are violated, and the abuses that take place in different countries across the globe are often of quite the most egregious, despicable, and stomach-churning character. Tamils have had their rights abused by despotic government for too long, and that needs to change. And for it to change, the spotlight of attention on those abuses and on the legitimate claims for relief from them by the Tamil communities must be maintained. You are doing your bit. You can't do it all, but you are doing your bit, and you're doing your bit repeatedly. You're doing your bit relentlessly. You're doing your bit respectfully of the people who are being disrespected. And I think it is incredibly important that the work of the Model United Nations continues and that you are unflagging, that you are indefatigable, that you are remorseless. In campaigning, it's not just a question of the quality of your arguments having right on your side. It is a matter of will, a bit like in war. You have to try to match and exceed your opponent's will. So, congratulations on what you're doing. There is a second reason why I applaud your work. It is less significant than the first, but it is valid and significant in and of itself. And that is that in standing up to be counted, in speaking publicly, in crafting literature, in distributing it, in seeking to persuade, you are taking pace. You are taking the pace of the public. You're trying to get a feel for what people think, and you're trying to influence what people think. You are performing an invaluable campaigning, advocacy, and representational role. And as somebody who served as Speaker, you won't be surprised to know that I think that communication is incredibly important, absolutely indispensable to success in politics. By doing what you're doing, you are demonstrating, but also honing, nurturing, and furthering your own skills and I congratulate you on that. Well done. Good luck. Keep going. Don't back off. Every success to the Tamil Model United Nations 2023. Onwards and upwards. Order. Order.